stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Guess who got plenty of fucking sleep? That would be me. Yesterday, I think between not feeling well, I'm still not totally feeling well, but I feel a lot better. Um, I got so much done this week. A lot of good stuff happening, a lot of cool stuff. And I think it just finally got to me. And I crashed at 3:30 yesterday and woke up at 8 this morning, and I feel much better. So people are amazed that I can do things like sleep for 18 hours. Let me tell you where that comes from. It comes from being in jail. Okay. And better learn how to get your sleep on when you're in jail, man. Either that or a lot of walking. Gotta keep yourself busy. But when you're stuck in a cell that you don't want to be in and you're going crazy and you're just sitting there praying to God to get you the fuck out of there, man, no thank you. Oh, sorry, I had to get another shirt. Here we go. Can't go on today's AA with yesterday's shirt, right? You cannot have the same shirt 2 days in a row for your recovery. I don't know where I was going with that. All right, let's get started here. If you're here, no, we're gonna do it. Too late. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or the rewatch, and of course, welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. Feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. I don't know what to expect from me, honestly. So before we get started, I wanted to talk a little bit about something. I was making some phone calls last week, and I'm like, those people there's companies out there that what do you call them, qualify or whatever sober livings. They make them legit. Like if you say, okay, yes, we've looked at this, we've looked at that, we've done this, we've done that. And I asked him, I said, there's several people on your list that are committing fraud. Do you guys tap into Medicaid and check on that? And he said, yes, I know that. And it sickens me, but it's not part of the thing, one of the rules that we cover. And I told him, well, that is absolutely sickening. And he agreed with me. So I proceeded to let Kevin know, hey, I have a case with the Attorney General on this stuff. If you want to speak on it, you are more than welcome to. He said, I will do you one better. The Attorney General's office is coming to talk to us on November 10th. Now, I've been going back and forth with the Attorney General's office. In the last year and 9 months, they have contacted me once. Okay? Once. And I'm not very happy about that because there's shit happening. But they're willing to set up a meeting, not tell me about it, So I got an invite and I'm going. And I'm most likely going to get kicked out because I'm going to cause a ruckus, man. I'm put on my trudging together shirt. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to put my ass in a chair and I'm going to become immovable. They're going to have to literally pick my ass up if they want me to leave. Because I have things to say like, I contacted you a year and 9 months ago about exactly this same thing. In fact, I gave you a list of those people, and some of those people are in this room right now. What are your fucking intentions, Mr. Attorney General? Are you getting a payback or something? We need to know, because obviously there's something in you that is not wanting to move forward to help our state. So I should have been a politician. I would not be a very good politician because I do whatever the. Here's the thing. I don't think I'd make a very good politician because I don't believe in anything purely Republican. I don't believe in anything purely Democrat. And I don't know enough, honestly, to tell you what that even makes me. I just don't. I don't have the. But I do know when I see bullshit, I do know that. If it has to do with recovery in our community, I'm going to stand up and say something if somebody is making a wrong move. And if they are making a wrong move and they don't usually do that, then I'm going to help them. If they're usually making a wrong move and they consistently do it, I'm going to get rid of them. And bullies have never liked me. They don't like me because I push back. I do. I push back every single time. I do. All right, let's get to the 10th step. What is the 10th step? The 10th step is so cool because it gives you the right to be wrong. It is the human step. It is the step that allows you to be human. You have done all of this work, and it's a lot. Is it not? The fourth and fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. It is a lot of work and it takes us some time. Once we get to the 10th step, some things are going to change for us. Okay. This is how I can always tell on whether somebody is working their program or where they are at. I can just take the lead from the big book because it tells us that certain things will be happening in your life when you're at a certain step. It tells us that. And it is true. It is an experience. And I see it happen every single time. Okay. So therefore, I know that it's true. Therefore, I usually know where somebody is at in their program once they have started speaking. You probably do too. It's just an intuition thing, isn't it? Now, that doesn't mean you're making a judgment. You can utilize that intuition. Okay. You don't have to assume. Maybe go up to them. Hey, how much time do you have? Actually, this is how I always start out everything if I've never talked to the person. Hey, if you don't mind, I was curious how much time you had. Notice I put something in there. If you don't mind, because maybe they do mind. Maybe they don't want to fucking be there and they don't want to fucking talk to you. Well, sir, I do mind. Okay. All right. That's fair. Be ready for that. Put it in there. Give them the way out. Sometimes. Don't always do that. It's when you first approach. It's how you can determine willingness. There are little tricks to the trades. They are not tricky. They are just tricks of the trade. Okay. I.e., don't work harder than the client. Ever, ever, ever. That includes your sponsee. Don't ever work harder than your sponsee on their fucking work. The fuck's wrong with you? You ain't supposed to be doing any of their work anyway. You're supposed to be doing your work on your sponsees. I'm not involved. My sponsees do their work. They better be. I should get a hold of them today. Okay. I don't know what it is. Okay. As we work through the first 9 steps, we prepare ourselves for the adventure of a new life. But when we approach step 10, we commence to put our AA way of living to practical use day by day in fair weather or foul. Then comes the acid test. Can we stay sober, keep in emotional balance, and live to good purpose under all conditions? And that, my friends, is the theme of step 10. Can you live a full life free of fear and all these icky things, right? I'm not saying things aren't going to come up. They are. Maybe you forgot about something. Then you saw something that reminded you. It's called trigger. Okay? Triggers aren't all bad. You ever have a memory and you're like, oh, that was a lot of fun. That's a trigger. Good triggers, Jill, you're crazy. Sometimes I do think I'm absolutely nuts to do what it is that I do because I run my mouth a lot. And it's just, but I'm never filling people full of shit ever. I don't do that. So let's get back to the 10 step. I'm all over today, guys. I'm sorry. Um, when a drunk has a terrific hangover because he drank heavily yesterday, he cannot live well today. But there is another kind of hangover which we all experience whether we are drinking or not. Okay. So why did I sleep like I did yesterday? We're about to find out. This is the emotional hangover, the direct result of yesterday's and sometimes today's excess of negative emotion, anger, fear, jealousy, and the like. See, what had happened is that kind of got carried through the week with me. So, what does that mean? I didn't utilize the 10th step. That's what that means. Okay. Or maybe it all caught up to me. I'd like to use it as an example. I'm sure there was some stuff in there that I could have taken care of right away that didn't weigh on me through the week. Okay. But what is that recognition? It's been a while since I've been to work. I haven't had a legitimate job in a long fucking time. Okay. So I have to be easy on myself when it comes to that. Did I make a mistake? Yes. But I can tell you this next week, I'm going to learn from that. Aha. So I am utilizing the 10th step. It gives me the right to be wrong. I love being wrong because I get to learn something. Now, I don't like being wrong when I spread misinformation in recovery kills, and I don't want to be that person. I'll just put it that way, right? Give it a good Kathy, good morning. Good to see you. If he would live serenely today and tomorrow, we certainly need to eliminate these hangovers. This doesn't mean we need to wander morbidly around in the past. It requires an admission of correction of errors now. That's it. It's just a quick admission. And we should be pretty good at this stuff by now. By the time 10 step rolls around, we should be pretty good at admitting when we are doing something that is out of sorts. Peppy, I did not see you pop on. Good morning. Maybe I did and just don't remember, but I'd rather tell you good morning twice than not at all. Okay. So, do we have an admission and a correction of errors now? It does. It is not delayed. Our inventory enables us to settle with the past. When this is done, we are really able to leave it behind us. When our inventory is carefully taken and we have made peace with ourselves, the conviction of fellows and tomorrow's challenges can be met as they come. That means there will come a day when you will have every tool you need to deal with any problem that comes along. And you're going to know not to use a hammer where a screwdriver is needed, right? Everyone that's listening, oh, okay. Threw me. Hi, everyone that's listening and watching. Okay. All right. I'm going to page 92, second paragraph down in case Ingrid's on. Now that we are in AA and sober and winning back the esteem of our friends and business associates, we find that we still need to exercise special vigilance as an insurance against big shotism. We can often check ourselves by remembering that we are today sober only by the grace of God, and that any success we may have, we may be having is far more His success than ours. So you remember the other day when I told you about the sober living thing that I was doing, right? And I kind of got a big head about it on Saturday or on Friday, and I had to correct that. Now there are some people, yeah, I kind of be a big shot around. My wife, my friend Gary, right? But he knows exactly what I'm talking about, and he's on with me. It's because we've been trying for years and years to get rid of some people that just refuse to see what it is that they're doing. They refuse to see it. So now I got to shove it in their fucking face in public so that everybody knows that they are aware exactly of what they're doing. How's that for a 10th step? Not at all. It doesn't sound very spiritual at all, does it? It's not. It's not. But if nobody's going to do anything about it, here's the thing. I know that they're doing it and I know that it kills people and I must do something about it. I cannot sit on my ass and not do nothing. I'm sorry, but it won't happen. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not. I am not sorry at all. So, all right. Finally, we begin to see that all people, including ourselves, are to some extent emotionally ill as well as frequently wrong. I'm frequently wrong. People tell me, oh, Dion, that's not right. But I wouldn't have found it out if I didn't open my fucking mouth. Okay. Now, if I ask a question and somebody is rude or mean back to me in a passive aggressive way, I'm going to be a dick back very assertively. I don't work that way. Okay. So ask your questions. If somebody else has a problem with it, that's their fucking problem. Don't be embarrassed to ask questions. If you're embarrassed by a question, feel free to ask me because in my book there are no stupid questions, just silly answers. Okay? I don't work that way. I don't even work that way at work. This is the way I see it. Let's say somebody tells you, "No, we can't do that." Tell them why. For God's sakes, give them the information as to why. Oh, but I can't do that because I'm lying because I work for T-Mobile. Oh, okay. And then we approach true tolerance and see what real love for our fellows actually means. It will become more and more evident as we go forward that it is pointless to become angry or to get hurt by people who, like us, are suffering from the pains of growing up. I'm just going to read the last couple paragraphs and we will wrap this sucker on up. We constructively criticized someone who needed it when our real motive was to win a useless argument or the person concerned not being present. I'm going to go back just a paragraph just so this part makes a little bit more sense. But in other instances, the only closest scrutiny we will reveal what our true motives are. There are cases where our ancient enemy rationalization has stepped in and has justified conduct which was really wrong. The temptation here is to imagine that we had good motives and the reasons when we really didn't. This has a lot to go with what I'm talking about on the side, though, right? Am I battling? Am I rationalizing a battle? Okay. Because I'm going to tell you, the one of the reasons that I fight bullies is because I like the attention that comes with it. I want people to go. I want people to go. You don't fuck around here. Dion's here. And that's what I want. I want you to be so fucking accountable to me that you can't make a bad move in front of me because you know it's wrong. And I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. No, I'm not. I do everything that I can to make other people's lives better, including my own. And I do that by leadership, by coming on here and telling you what I'm going through with stuff. Right? And I use examples from my own life to let people know where it is that I'm coming from and my quote unquote opinion. So, all right. Doesn't mean my opinion is correct. It's just my own. The temptation here is to imagine that we had good motives and reasons when we really didn't. Okay. So I'm gonna have to take a good look at that, aren't I? We constructively criticize someone who needed it when our real motive was to win a useless argument or the person concerned not being present. We thought we were helping others to understand him, when in actuality, our true motive was to feel superior by pulling him down. Don't shit talk about people. Do I talk to other people? Do I talk to people about other people? Yes, I do. I'm a peer specialist. I'm supposed to. It's part of my job. Okay. Now, we have to do that with my father-in-law Leroy. We have to have talks without him around. We are not putting him down. We are figuring out what is best. What is best with what we know? What is the best way to approach? What we're doing is we're coming together and we're figuring out how do we meet this person where they're at so we can be of the most useful. Those are the conversations I have. And those are the ones that I enjoy because I like seeing people get better. We sometimes hurt those we love because they needed to be taught a lesson when we really wanted to punish. We were depressed and complained we felt bad when in fact we were mainly asking for sympathy and attention. This odd trait of mind and emotion, this perverse wish to hide a bad motive underneath a good one, permeates human affairs from top to bottom. This subtle and elusive kind of self righteousness can underlie the smallest act or thought. Learning daily spot, admit, and correct these flaws is the essence of character building and good living. An honest regret for harms done, a genuine gratitude for blessings received, a willingness to try better for things tomorrow will be permanent assets we shall seek. Having so considered our day, not omitting to take due note of things we well done. We got to throw that in every now and again because we always talk about bad crap. All right. So remember, and we're going to do it before we leave too. All right. Not omitting take note of things well done. And having searched our hearts, neither fear nor favor, we can truly thank God for the blessings we have received and sleep in good conscience. I was kind of hoping that they would show up. Um, doesn't matter who it was, but I was kind of quick on a comment yesterday, and I wanted to let you know that you know, sometimes I get moving and I don't stop long enough to think, well, maybe that person's going through some things beyond what you know about Dion. Okay. So I made a quick assumption yesterday and I wanted to make an amends for that to the group because if you saw me do it and made you feel uncomfortable, then you may not want to remark. So I and no, it wasn't a huge deal, but you guys are my friends. And I don't want you to go through a day at all thinking that I don't love you. I just don't. I don't want you going through the day. Is Dion mad at me? Because I'm not. I don't get mad. Do- I I don't really get mad at people anymore. I just don't. It's not worth it. The anger just isn't worth it. So, all right, let's claim some spiritual progress and go out and help some people. You ready? All right. Good job. Why do I think it's Sunday? All right. I hope I don't do Sunday stuff. All right. I love you guys. Peace.